So let's hold the button. Okay, down to low, medium, back to high. If I want to go to turbo mode, we're going to double click. Turbo. If I want to go out of turbo mode, click it again. Right? When I come back up, I should be on high where I left it. All right. If I want to go to strobe, I'm going to triple click it. I'm not going to do that to the audience again. Let's go ahead and click this off one more time. And then last one is Firefly. All you're going to do is from off, hold the button down for a few seconds. Firefly mode for reading maps or a book inside your tent or something like that. And like you can see, it's like daytime. That's 1400 lumens right there with that. It's crazy, right? All right, since we're back here, let's go ahead and play with the laser too. You can actually see the beam, but it's not gonna pick it up, I don't think, on the camera. Maybe you can see that. Okay, yeah, you could probably see that. So you actually, on the naked eye, it's a very bright beam. All right, let's go ahead and kill that again before the neighbors start thinking something's going on. Hey squad, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today we're gonna do another flashlight review. Today I've got the ThruNite Defender 3-in-1. This is a flashlight that's been making the rounds in the EDC community. Pretty cool little piece of kit. I think you're gonna like it. Let's check it out together. All right, folks, this is the ThruNite Defender 3-in-1, and this is what you get. You're gonna get a USB charging cable. Now, as preppers, one of the things that we think about with our flashlights and our perpetual lighting, if we had long-term power outages, grid down scenarios, you know, whatever, all those kind of crazy things us preppers come up with, EMPs, coronal mass ejections, you name it, or maybe just like a power outage because there's a storm in your area. This is, because it's USB rechargeable, it is going to be sustainable for a very long time if you've got a couple like portable solar panels or a power station, or charge up your power banks, things like that. You're going to get a lot of light out of this for a very long time. Really one of those things, one of those reasons why I have switched a lot of my flashlights in my fleet to rechargeable, so that you could do that for a very long time if there was some kind of outage. Of course, you're going to get the instruction booklet, but hey, we're men, so we don't need that. And some very nice but simple packaging. It was came pretty quickly for me. So this is a different take on your EDC flashlight. It's maybe a little bit bigger than some of you guys who like to vape and things like that, a little bit bigger than a vape pen, maybe twice as big as a vape pen. Weighs 108 grams, so pretty light in the hands, but even though it's got this double clip on the top, I wouldn't necessarily pin this on a baseball hat like you can with some lighter flashlights. Probably be okay for a short period of time, but it is a little heavy for that. But having the reversible clip like that is really good for different carry options, whether you want it on your pack or in your pocket or whatnot. It's got a magnetic base, which can be kind of handy if you're working on something like you're working on the engine of your car. You can just like clip that onto the top of the hood and get the light down onto your engine as you're working on it. It's pretty nice features that they're starting to put in a lot of EDC flashlights. I like that this one's got like a rectangle design. A lot of times my flashlights on my bedside are like, I roll over and I'm thrashed around at nighttime and hit it, and then my rounder flashlights tend to go flying and rolling across the floor, and then I have to get up and go find them. Because this is square, it's really not going to roll, as you can see. Okay, kind of a you know, nice little thought that, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I like that as a bedside flashlight. All right, let's take a look at what this can do. So it's got several different modes, including turbo. Let's go ahead and do that first. So this switch here, you're gonna switch to from lockout mode here. Okay. Now any flashlight that's got turbo, you're gonna want to have lockout mode. Okay, because if you don't, and it needs to be kind of simple, or you're not going to use it. If you don't have a lockout mode and you have it on turbo and it goes off in your pants pocket, you're gonna probably catch fire to your pants. So that's why these features exist. So we're gonna move this one switch over, and that's light, that's laser, that's UV. We're gonna look at all these features, but let's go to light first, because that's why you're here. All right, remember, I'm gonna have a link for this in the description for Amazon, but when so I've got it in light mode. And as you see, I pressed the button and the 4 charging lights came on. All 4 were lit up, means this is fully charged, okay? Because I did that a little while ago before I did the review. Now, I think I left this in low mode. So I'm gonna just hold the button down for a second, and it goes up to medium. Hold it down a second, it goes up to high. I'll talk about all these modes in a second. Okay, now you can go up higher than that. You can go to turbo mode with a double click. Okay, that's turbo mode. Now you can go to strobe mode with a triple click. So those of you who have photosensitivity, now's a good time to look away from the camera because I'm about to give you strobe mode. So look away from the camera right now if you're sensitive and you get seizures, things like that. So I'm going to give it a triple click. All right. And I'm going to click off of that now. So for those of you who are sensitive to that, it's okay to look back at the video now. That's more for tactical applications. You got an intruder in your house or whatever. If you ever have a strobe light pointed at your vision like that, at that high of lumens, it will very much blind you and disorient you. So it's pretty much for defensive purposes, tactical purposes in your house. If you're having a bump in the night, you need to go check it out. Okay. All right. So let's go back to turbo mode here. This is not strobe. I'm not going to go into strobe. Okay. So I'm in high and I'm going to give it a double click. Okay. That's turbo mode. In turbo mode, 1600 lumens. That should be enough to give you really light up your backyard. And we're going to test this outside in just a minute, so stay with me for that. It's got a beam throw of 139 meters. And in turbo mode, it should last an hour and 53 minutes. Although I will say any flashlight in turbo mode is going to get warm, so I would not leave that on consecutively. Let's go ahead and dial back out of that. So let's go back. It should be in high mode now. So high is 420 lumens. Very cute. We see what you did there, ThruNite. In high mode, it should last 2 hours and 30 minutes of nonstop. Let's cycle back down. So that's low mode, okay? Low mode is 20 lumens, and that will give you 59 hours of light. I will say, for those of you who want this for camping, 20 lumens is enough to light up any tent. It's going to let you see everything you need to see, okay? For in the house, I would probably leave it set at medium, which is this next one up. Okay, so that's medium. Medium is 95 lumens, and you're going to get 9 hours and 30 minutes of consecutive on medium, consecutive lighting. So for lighting up your rooms in your house, that's enough. For lighting up your backyard, you're going to want to go one more up to high or maybe even into turbo. Okay, but wait, there's one more mode. Okay, that's Firefly mode. Okay, that's what I needed to do. So you're going to hold in the button for a few seconds. Let me go ahead and turn off the lighting in here, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so that's Firefly mode, enough for reading a map at nighttime or reading a book in your tent if you don't want to bother everybody in the tent. So let's go ahead and get out of that, and we're going to go, that's, I believe, low. Let's work our way back up. That's medium, I think, and that's high, okay? Okay, so from off, you're going to go to just hold the button in like that, okay? And then you can take your finger off the button. That's Firefly mode. Now, if I click out of that, and then not hold the button, but click it, that's high. All right, now if I leave it on high and I click it off, when I click back on, it should stay in the last mode. Yep, that's what it did. All right, so I know that's a little bit confusing. You have to play around with it a little bit to get used to the settings. So that's the lighting ones. Now I want to show you the laser. So we're going to go up to our dial here again. And this one right here, that's the laser. All right. Now, we'll show this outside as well. Don't point this at the sky. You're going to get yourself in trouble if you do that. But your cat's going to love this. Or if you do presentations like I do, it can be kind of handy for that to point to like what you're talking about on the smart board, things like that. So that is your laser. And then we've got one more here, which is UV light, which I've never seen this before on a flashlight, at least none of the ones that I've reviewed. So UV light, we're going to click it one more time over to this one over here. And let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so now you see those little dots there? See all the little purple? Now I'm going to show you also, I washed my hands right before I did this video because I wanted to show you. Sometimes when you wash your hands, you don't realize, you think you got it all. Let's see. See my knuckles? See the purple, like right there? Watch when I pull the flashlight away. I didn't get that enough. And that right there, there's another little purple there, okay? So if you want to check your hotel when you go in and find out how gross the hotel really is, that's what the UV light can do. Pretty cool feature. It might freak me out a little bit with my OCD and my anxiety, so I don't know how much I'm going to use that. Sometimes you're better off not knowing, but I want to show you that as part of the review. So you can see that purple, I hope, in the camera it's picking up. I just didn't clean the back of that knuckle and that knuckle enough. The rest of the hand looks good. All right, so let's go through this again. So let's go off of UV mode. I showed you the laser, which is that one right there. Whoops. That's set on laser now, and we're going to go one more back to light, okay? Let's go through this one more time. So I'm going to click the button. Okay, I don't remember. I think I left it on high. So let's hold the button. Okay, down to low, medium, back to high. If I want to go to turbo mode, we're going to double click. Turbo. If I want to go out of turbo mode, click it again. Right? When I come back up, I should be on high where I left it. All right. If I want to go to strobe, I'm going to triple click it. I'm not going to do that to the audience again. Let's go ahead and click this off one more time. And then last one is Firefly. All you're going to do is from off, hold the button down for a few seconds. Firefly mode for reading maps or a book inside your tent or something like that. Very, very low light, but will last a very, very long time. Okay. Total weight, as I said, is 150 grams. Got the magnetic base. It is waterproof, IPX7, so you drop it in a puddle, probably going to be okay. Even the charging port there has a little bit of waterproofing on it. Okay, if you push that in, it seals pretty good. And then when you're charging it up, those 4 lights there, they'll tell you how much charge you got on it. So we're still pretty fully charged, even though we've been playing around with the turbo mode and whatnot. All right, built into this, we have a 1500 milliamp rechargeable battery. Talked to you already at the beginning of this on why I'm starting to convert a lot of my flashlights to that. It just gives me more sustainability as a prepper. I've got some portable solar panels and a power station and numerous battery banks. I can recharge something like this many, many times. And if I've got sunlight, basically indefinitely, okay? All right, let's go ahead and take this outside and let's play with it outside and then we'll wrap this review up. All right, so I'm in my backyard here and about 75 feet or so ahead is a shed. Let's go ahead and see if we can light this up. Okay, so that is low, that's medium, and that is high. And hang on, we're gonna show you turbo. And like you can see, it's like daytime. That's 1400 lumens right there with that. It's crazy, right? All right, since we're back here, let's go ahead and play with the laser too. And there you can see the beam. You can actually see the beam, but it's not gonna pick it up, I don't think, on the camera. Maybe you can see that. Okay, yeah, you could probably see that. So you actually, on the naked eye, it's a very bright beam. All right, let's go ahead and kill that again before the neighbors start thinking something's going on. Let's try one more spot. All right, so you can see this thing really lights it up. It is, that's on high, so that's the 420 lumens there. And you can see the stop sign. I film a lot of stuff up here with my flashlight reviews. So that is about, let me go up a little bit further here, because I measured this out one day. So that's about a football field away, 100 yards. Okay, you can see obviously with high, that's lighting it up really well. And when I turn it off, nothing. Let's go to low, see what low can do. So that's high, low, actually even on low, lighting it up pretty well. It's got a really, this flashlight's got a really good throw. That's medium, and that's high. And again, that's about 100 yards. I'm not gonna do the laser here because if it hits a car, we're gonna really have a problem, but you get the idea. All right, folks, that is the ThruNite 3-in-1 Defender. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments down below what other flashlights you want me to take a look at. And if you're thinking about purchasing this one, I've of course got a link for this in the description down below through Amazon. Make sure you check this out. Tell ThruNite that I sent you, and I will see you next time. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.